No, just hang on. Oh dear, I'm standing in
Hello,
front.
hello everyone. I'm Flor Garcia. I'm with FIGT, and today I would like to welcome you to our segment, Sponsorship Spotlight. Today I'm here with Joe Parfit. Joe, welcome.
Hi,
And
Flor. Lovely to see you today.
yes, and I would like to share with our FIGT community that Joe Parfit and her institution, her organization, are platinum sponsors of FIGT. And I would like to go ahead, Joe. I would like to for you to share with our community who you are and what your business or organization is.
Okay, I'm Joe Parfit. I have been attending FIGT for nearly 20 years, which is unbelievable. So I'm one of the old guard. Um, I run a business called Summertime Publishing, which partners with another publishing company called Springtime Books. And what we do is we publish books by and for people living overseas. But I work with a group of freelancers based all over the world. We have designers and editors and people who help with websites. And I work really closely with a British guy who's lived overseas himself called Jack Scott. And he does all the publishing side of the business and the admin and the horrible things like invoices and the digital stuff. And I specialize in the talking to clients, the mentoring, and what I call the big picture editing of books. So I am actually the managing editor of these companies. So I'm not the owner of the companies. We are all just a group of freelancers. And Summertime Publishing started in 1997. We have published hundreds of books. They are not all about expats. We've actually got some clients in the financial world, and we've done a lot of books to do with finance. I've done a lot of books on spirituality. We're doing some at the moment. I'm doing a spirituality book with somebody who I've actually met at FIGT called Charisse Hoge, who wrote a book called A Portable Identity with another woman many years ago. And so we don't just do expat books. I have written 32 books of my own on subjects ranging from computers to cookery to careers. And I now specialize in writing, and I mainly teach people to write. I have a motto, which is sharing what I know to help others to grow. And that's really what I'm all about. I particularly love teaching and mentoring. So that's us, really. You can find out about me at joeparfit.com.
Yeah.
And there you'll be able to link through to all the other things that I do.
And I must confess, Joe, that I was checking your website and I immediately felt attracted, because I do think that you help the author, the writer, to convey the message. And I know
Yeah,
you have worked with different types of books. It's not just about expats, but I do believe that people, globally mobile individuals and families, always have an interesting story to tell. And I think that you provide that
definitely.
safe place. Yes, to do that. And you will have me around. I will in the future for some stories that I want to share. The other question that our community is always curious about is, why FIGT? Why do you sponsor our community and our organization?
Well, I think it's very simple, really. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for FIGT. It has become my business. It is my business. It has fed me with clients today, but back in the old days it fed me with material, because I was a freelance journalist and writer, and I needed things to write about, and I needed experts to talk to. And so I came to the conference back in 2001 for the first time, and I've hardly missed one. And I came because I needed material. I needed to research. And because I ended up shortly after that, I first went to FIGT when I was editor of a magazine called Woman Abroad, and I used to do manage the members page for the Weekly Telegraph, which is part of the Daily Telegraph. But after 9/11, that job failed, and I decided that I would help people to write books, and that's what I've been doing since 2002. But FIGT, because everybody there has become my friend, and also my source. And they've also become my cheerleaders. Really, it's in giving thanks. FIGT has given me everything, absolutely everything. My source of gurus, my source of wisdom, my source of counselors when I've needed counselors, coaches when I've needed coaches, people who know about digital marketing. Kath Brew, who designed this life story jar I've got around my neck, she does the illustrations for FIGT. She also works with us on our books and recently designed that great book by another FIGT member, Anisha Abraham, Raising Global Teens. So FIGT has given me absolutely everything. And this is my way of saying thanks, really. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for FIGT, without a doubt.
It is great to hear you that I'm compared to you, I'm practically new. I met FIGT in 2017, and I must say that I am feeling what you're saying, because during transition that has been a constant in my life, FIGT has been my source of inspiration, my support, my everything. It is
Everything.
what it is. Everything.
It's everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Absolutely everything.
Now that you have shared so much with us, and why do you sponsor FIGT, Joe, could you tell us 3 things, share with our community 3 things about you, your journey, your business, that maybe we don't know yet and people will be interested in knowing about?
Okay, well, I think one thing I have to say is that I have sat at the FIGT table. I have stayed with Ruth Van Rieken. The very first time I came to FIGT, the person who fetched me from the airport was Ruth. I stayed with her. I was welcome in her home. I ate dinner at her table. And I think that's pretty exceptional. But then it goes even further, because way back then, it was her husband, Dave, who used to run the book table. And he sold my books, Career in Your Suitcase, at that first conference. So I feel very intimately connected with FIGT. So that's one thing I want to say. The other thing I want to say is that when I was a journalist, FIGT gave me all my material, my sources, to last me for a year, which meant that I could write for the Independent newspaper, the European. It gave me an income that was not inconsiderable. I could almost match my husband. So if I hadn't had FIGT, it would not have done that. And I urge people who are writers and journalists to come to FIGT, because it is just the best source. A journalist is only as good as their information sources, and this is where you get it. So that's the second thing. And the third thing I want to say is that I am so fortunate that the pandemic has actually made my career more successful. I have been even busier. And that is because when it started, I decided I would have to take some of the things I do online and do some of the things I've been putting off. So I started running online writers' circles. I have 2 online writers' circles, and people from FIGT come. I have one with some Isabel Min from Korea is in that circle. And I have other things with Doreen Cumberford, who's over the other side of the world in Denver. So I started a book writing circle, and Becky Grappo from who's in Colorado. Is she in Colorado? I probably got that completely wrong. Anyway, she also came along. And so I've got these people from FIGT from all over the world who are in a virtual room together. And so I run book writing circles for memoir and how to. I run writing circles. I run a Speed Write live event nearly every Friday, and it is free. I run in conversation events where I interview a writer and talk to her or him about something to do with writing, or to do with journaling, or to do with writing as a therapy, or writer's blocks. And I've got one tomorrow, and they're free. They're called In Conversation. And so I run a variety of events, and they are open to anybody from anywhere in the world. Many of them are free. They are all much cheaper than working with me one-to-one. And I urge you to go to joeparfit.com and go to the virtual events page where you can sign up for these things. They're all on Zoom. everything, I think the in conversations are about once a month. I've got people, in fact, the people not tomorrow, but the following two ones are both people from FIGT who I'm interviewing. Olga Mecking, who's incredibly successful, book Nixon. She's going to talk about that. And then I'm talking to Rachel Kaysen, who is the life story accompanier, she calls herself, and psychotherapist. I'm talking to her in the new year. So, my life is FIGT, but I'm now online and it's open to all. So please don't miss out on these free things that you can do just to dip your toe in the water, see if perhaps writing's for you.
Yeah, I think that this is amazing. All these opportunities and that you mentioned is a lot cheaper than working one-on-one with you, and it gives you a taste of what it is. Maybe this is something for me, I will say, and then I will give it a try. Joe,
Yes.
I just want to thank you for being here, for sharing with me these minutes that I got to learn more about you and your business. And we share a passion for FIGT that makes me incredible happy. And once again, thank you for your support. It's not just FIGT, you're supporting all the globally mobile families and all the people that are part of the community of the FIGT family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Flor. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.